guys, this is Joanna. In today's live video Facebook, I'm going to share with you a very important information about financing your first home. But first, a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Joanna Sobczak. I'm a founder and a realtor of Adobe Homes Realty. I've been in the real estate business for a little bit over 16 years. And today is a special day. I do have a very special guest with me today, my wonderful lender, Steve.sprinkle with Caliber Home Loans. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So yeah, I know Steve for a long time. We've been working together for quite a long time now, right?
Yeah. A number of years.
Yeah. So we were able to help a lot of buyers and also a lot of first-time buyers. And today's video is actually about our first-time buyers. But first, before we're gonna move to that subject, Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. And yeah, I'm with Caliber Home Loans. I've been in the business for I'm going into my 21st year now, so I've been doing this for quite a while. Mm-hmm. Caliber Home Loans, I am located here locally in Colorado, but we also do lend in all 50 states. So wherever you are, we can help you out with that, and I'd be more than happy to help any of you with any opportunities that you're looking at from a financing standpoint.
Definitely. And Steve is a wonderful lender and actually very, very easy to work with. And that's what every single client of mine is mentioning, that, oh yeah, Steve, definitely.
Oh, thank you.
That's always good to know. And I do see you guys that you are watching. That's wonderful. Hello to everybody. Hello to Amber, Monica, Beata, Derek. Oh my gosh, Magda. It's so many of you. Thank you, guys. That makes our day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's fun. So why won't we play a little bit more, and why won't you guys actually tell us where are you guys watching us from? Because that would be fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be great to know.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe one of you is outside of Colorado? Who knows? Let's see, right?
Right.
A little game before our tough questions. First, but regarding our questions, guys, let's just use Steve's knowledge today and put your questions right below in the comment box. I really would like to see your questions, and hopefully Steve will answer those questions for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
more than happy to.
Awesome. Oh, I do see Aurora. Hello from Aurora. Oh, Wisconsin. Here it is. See?
Yeah, that's great.
It is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. It kind of feels like Wisconsin here now, I think.
That's right. And hello, you too. Thank you for taking time to share your knowledge. Oh, that's awesome, Amber. Thank you for your message. We are very, very happy and excited actually about today's video. So, well, like I said, we've been working with a lot of buyers and a lot of first-time buyers, and we've been asked questions throughout all those years. And some of them are pretty common, and I think today it's a good day to just answer them or maybe explain them a little bit more. So looks like every buyer is asking us about the down payment. Like, what is required down payment needed to buy a home, Steve? Why don't you answer that?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and you're right. It's a very common question that we get a lot. So misperception out there is a lot of people feel like you have to have 20% down. Mm-hmm. The 20% down thing is, if you have 20% down, you don't have to pay mortgage insurance, but you do not need to have 20% down on a loan. So you can do as little as $1,000 down. Those are down payment assistance programs, and we can get into that in a little more detail.
Right.
There are also 3% down programs, 3.5% down government programs. 5% is a conventional loan. A lot of times, if you can get to 5% down, that will help you from a lower mortgage insurance and interest rate standpoint, but it's not required. So we could do as little as $1,000.
Wow. So as you guys see, there's a lot of different programs, and there's a lot of more to cover, but yeah, thank you so much for that answer. Now, going back to the down payment, you mentioned special programs. So can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of special programs, or for the first-time home buyers, that they actually reduce the down payment, which you...
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and first-time homebuyer, you don't have to be a first-time homebuyer. A lot of times for down payment assistance programs. So what we're looking at there, down payment assistance programs, and that's the one that I mentioned, $1,000 down. The most common one that we use here in Colorado is Colorado Housing and Finance Authority.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that's considered, it's called CHAFA, referred to as CHAFA. In other states, and as I mentioned, we're in all 50 states. There are other states that have those programs as well. But as little as $1,000 down, and what it really does is it will combine with what's called an FHA mortgage. So FHA requires 3.5% down. But what CHAFA will do is they'll give you a 3% toward the down payment. So realistically, if it's a 3.5% down payment, you can get away with as little as 0.5% down.
Wow.
Through CHAFA.
Yeah.
So, and that is
That's a big one.
Either a grant, so 3% down grant, or a second mortgage that has no interest rate. Does not charge interest and no payment. So that's another good option as well. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a lot of different programs for you guys to choose from, and that's perfect, really.
Yeah.
Because people are mostly scared of the 20%, like you mentioned in the beginning. Everybody's thinking, oh my gosh, I have to save 20%, and that is a lot of money. Yes, that is a lot of money. But guys, there are some other options, much more affordable, and that's why we want you to, contact the right people and go over your questions or fears.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure Steve will be happy to answer those questions for you guys. And we've got Neil. Hi guys. Hi Neil. Amber. Whoa. She says, whoa, I had no idea there were programs out there to help with down payment. See, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm glad she answered that question. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. Another Aneta. Hi, Aneta. Hi, Magda. Wow, I am so happy you guys are watching, and hopefully this video will really, help you to understand the whole process.
Right.
Because finances, oh boy, right? Money. That always so tricky, and so we are afraid of that part.
Right.
Yeah, this is your field, but for most of us, we are like, oh my gosh, they do want to buy a house, but also they are afraid of the financial part.
Right.
Which is very, very important. Of course, without money, we cannot buy anything.
Right. Well, and there's other things we can do and talk through different options as well.
Right.
So it's always good to talk about different options that I can help with in terms of some other ideas in terms of coming up with down payments.
Absolutely. Today is a very, very simple, very quick video. So guys, there is much more to cover. So we definitely encourage you to contact Steve or myself, and we can find you the right program, and we can put you in the right place so you can move forward and get your dream home. Now, guys, you need to be approved for a mortgage. What that actually means? What is the best way to get approved, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely. So realistically, there's a couple of things you hear a lot of times, pre-qualification and pre-approval. So pre-qualification is just a general overview. We pull together, I ask you some questions, just run you through some of your finances, what your goals are, and then we pull together some numbers, and I say, based on what you're telling me, it looks like you will qualify for X, whatever that purchase price is, and I can send you what's called a fee sheet to review. However, for somebody to work with you, you would like them to be pre-approved because you want to know that they actually are approved for the loan.
Absolutely.
So to get pre-approved, what we do is we take all of your information, and I can do that face-to-face in my office. We can do it over the phone, or you can go to my website, which is just www.steve.sprinkle.net, which I know you're going to provide that information.
Yes.
But if you're comfortable doing it there, you can apply online. And what happens is we take all of your personal information, so your social security number, your date of birth, your living history, work history, asset information. We plug all that into an automated underwriting system. We'll pull your credit. The automated underwriting system will then tell us what you are approved to purchase. So at that point, you are pre-approved and ready to go out and start looking for a home, because we can provide you with a lender letter at that time. So that's the pre-approval process.
And that's always a fun process, and you need to have that done, guys, because realistically, you want to know how much of the house you can afford.
Sure.
And what kind of houses can we actually look for? You need to be at the right stage, right part since the beginning. So there will be no disappointment later on, and we will not waste your time to go in the wrong direction. So yeah, that's a very important part. How about the other one?
The pre-qualification?
Yes.
Yeah, so the pre-qualification, we're just going to ask you some general questions. So you can tell me roughly what you think your credit is, what your liabilities are, and then I can pull together some information just to give you kind of an overview of what it looks like you'll qualify for. And that can just start the conversation. And again, you wouldn't want to go out and show people homes at that point because you don't really know if they're qualified or not,
right.
or approved. So that's what we really want to get to as approved. But that's a really good step in the process, especially if you're new to it, just to get kind of familiar with what the process looks like. And in that, we don't pull your credit report. A lot of people get concerned about that.
Right, they do. That's true. Yeah.
So in that process, we're just going with a brief overview and giving you a decent idea of what we feel like you would qualify for.
Awesome. Thanks for clarification. That is a huge fear. Yeah, definitely. So now, I'm assuming you're going to need some documents from them. What kind of documents?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. And I did mention I've been doing this for quite some time, and we have competitors that will come across and ask you, they call it 2, 2, and 2. They'll ask you right up front for 2 years of tax returns and 2 years of W-2s and 2 bank statements and 2 pay stubs. And they'll give you a laundry list of items that they want to gather from you. Realistically, in today's day and age, we don't really need all of that information up front. I like to tailor it specifically to your needs and only take the information that we need. It's your personal information. We try not to dig too deep if we don't have to. So what happens is when we get you approved through the automated underwriting system, it will tell us exactly what we need. And then what I will do is I will provide you with what we call a needs list. So I'll send you the list.
Awesome.
I'll tell you, hey, we need a pay stub, we need a W-2, a driver's license, a bank statement. Usually it's pretty concise in terms of what we need, and it's not too much documentation. And that's the way we like to operate. But once we get you pre-approved, we know exactly what those items are.
Right.
And then you can provide those up front when you're pre-approved. You don't have to. You're already pre-approved and can go look for a home. And then if you find a home and start going under contract, that's where I'll really say I need to get those documents, because we have to review those documents, make sure they actually match according to what your approval is. So that's what
that's awesome.
Documents would be.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I actually like the little cheat sheet that you guys, and I know from our experience, and since I've been working with you for a long time, people are always like to receive emails from Steve with those little cheat sheets, so they can go back to that email and review it and like, oh yeah, I have to send him such and such document. And that's very, very helpful and actually very, very easy. And I always required a little from you guys, from the buyers, a little homework up front, so then later on you can fully concentrate on searching for your dream home. So the financial preparation, the financial part will be done up front, and then you're not gonna be stressed out or worry about what's next, right? So you will be you will get whatever you need, and you can start working on your part, getting the loan. Looks like we do have some questions, guys. Let me read it to you. Steve, how important is to have a good credit for first-time home buyers? What if no credit for young people just starting? That's a very good question. Actually, very common. What's better, no credit, bad credit? Right. Yeah. Why don't you answer that?
Right. Yeah. No,
Great
that's
question.
a very good question. And yeah, I always tell people I agree. Not having debt is a great position to be, but unfortunately, we're trying to approve you for a large amount of debt, so we have to show the ability to manage debt. So that's what credit does for us. We are not in control of credit. We just rely on it. So what we do is we pull a credit report. It's called a tri-merge credit report. So TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian all give us scores. If you have scores, they generally need to be above 620 is the limit. So we like to see those scores above 620. Now, for somebody that's just starting out and doesn't have credit, there are programs that we can use that are called alternative forms of credit. So if we pull a credit report and there's nothing there, what we can do is we can verify if you have a rent agreement. We can verify your rent history. We can verify your utilities. We can verify, phone bill, car insurance.
So there are some ways.
Right. Those are called alternative forms of credit. So we can approve those on certain programs if we have that. We just have to get the information for that. We need to have at least 3. We would like to have 4 that we would just go verify what your payment history is there. And it is important that we have a clean payment history, and typically a clean payment history is considered 12 months of on-time payments.
Good to know, guys. Yeah, make your payments on time. See, it's very, very, very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Now, looks like we do have another question. Can you read it, Neil's question?
Yeah, absolutely. Neil's asking if there's a bankruptcy, if that auto disqualifies you for a loan. And that's a great question, and it depends on the program. In general, the bankruptcy needs to be discharged for at least 2 years. And there's two different types of bankruptcy, a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13, so I don't want to bore people and get too in-depth.
Too complicated at this point.
In general, what we're looking at is a 2-year history, reestablishing credit, and at least 2 years out from the discharge date on the bankruptcy.
Okay. Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great questions, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. And thank you for sending us your love. I saw those little hearts, thumbs up, and smiley faces. It's always good and fun to see you guys, live actually. That's much better, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, Steve, if someone let's say someone wants to have a specific monthly payment.
Sure.
Now, can you help them determine what price home they can buy actually?
Absolutely, yeah. That's a great way to do it, and we'll back into that. So a lot of times I'll talk to first-time home buyers and ask what their current rent payment is, and what they're comfortable with. And let's just say it's a $1,500 a month payment. So what I'll do is just run through some brief questions in terms of what you have for a down payment, how you feel like your credit may be, and then what we'll do is we'll back into what that payment would look like. So depending on the purchase price and your down payment, maybe it's a $250,000 purchase price with 5% down. I will back into what the payment would be, and if we're trying to hit a $1,500 a month payment, I will do that. There are some estimates we have to put in place. You have your tax and your insurance payments. If we don't have a property, we're going to put estimates in place for that. So it will give you a rough idea of what a mortgage amount and a purchase price would be if we're trying to hit a specific monthly payment. So
awesome.
That's just called working backwards, and we can always work backwards to kind of help you with that process.
That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people feel more comfortable with that, knowing upfront, what's the magic number for them, right?
Absolutely. And one thing there, what I always say is, what we're looking at is what you can qualify for, but I'm more interested in what you're comfortable with. So
exactly.
Whatever you are comfortable with, we try and hit and see if we can qualify. Now, you may qualify way higher than you're comfortable, but we're not going to go down that path. We're just going to try and keep you where you're comfortable, and that's what we're going to try and accomplish.
And that's why actually I like working with you, because you never ever push people above their comfortable zone.
Right.
And that's perfect. Guys, we are talking about finances. You actually know best what you are comfortable with, and we have to honor that, and that's pretty much what that is. Awesome. Wow, great questions, great answers. Hopefully you guys gonna learn something from this video. I did for sure, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I will actually, after the live session is done and over, I will actually post that link right below on my Adobe Homes Realty Facebook page. So you can go over and listen to, I don't know, maybe all of those questions, maybe some of them, and then, learn from that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And looks like we've got another question. Is it worth to buy points when you finance your home?
Great question. And we run through that every time. So you can purchase, so points is typically a percentage of your loan amount. So when somebody says a point, it's 1% of your loan amount. So let's say it's a $200,000 mortgage, 1% is $2,000, and that's considered a discount fee or points. You pay that amount, and it's going to save you monthly. So what we look at there is, here's how much it's going to save you. This is what the improvement in interest rate is. This is what it's going to save you monthly. And then you make the decision, is it worth it to you or not? So that's really a personal decision as to whether or not it works. And to us as a lender, to myself as a lender, it's really whatever works best for you. So I can present you with that information. My goal is always to give you as much information as you need to make the best decision for yourself. So that's what we do, and that's that conversation about points. If it makes sense for you, fantastic. If it doesn't, we can go that other direction as well.
Awesome. Oh, hello, Joanna. Joanna Metzger is just started watching us. Hi. And we are just about to finish actually, but guys, if you have any other questions, please again put them in the comment box. We will be checking that comment box very often, and we will answer your questions, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you're going to provide the contact information as well, and don't hesitate. You can call me. I know Joanna's going to provide my cell phone.
Right.
It's typically best. You can call me evenings, weekends, or text or email, whatever you're most comfortable with.
That's true. Steve is actually very, very well, like I said, easy to work with and always available.
Yeah, try to be.
So yeah, definitely. You guys gonna find our info right below pretty soon. So do not hesitate to contact us. And if you are looking for a home in Colorado or any real estate property in Colorado, we are here to guide you guys at every single step of the transaction. And looks like, oh, we have a last question. Definitely. Let's, Neil, can you read Neil's question since I...
Yeah, no problem. He's just saying if you are a veteran and a VA loan sorry. I think it's just, do you need a down payment? Sorry, I'm not reading that.
Our screen's a little bit on the
so the VA loan is the question. And VA loan's my absolute favorite loan. Certainly if you are a veteran, thank you for your service. Caliber Home Loans, we love veterans. We work very well with veterans, and it's very important to us. So the VA home loan, my favorite loan out there, you do not need a down payment, and there is no mortgage insurance, which are great opportunities. If you're a veteran, it's a great option for you. Also, interest rates on VA loans are even better than conventional loans right now. So
awesome.
Very good. There are more details that we would have to go into on that to make sure, and I can run you through exactly what a VA loan is. But yeah, that's a phenomenal loan. If you are a veteran, we certainly want to look at taking advantage of that for sure.
Right. He added first home. So as okay.
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, because that's fantastic. Yep, you can use VA. We just have to make sure that you have your eligibility, which we do with the certificate of eligibility. We verify with the VA. So as long as you have full eligibility, we can do that.
Awesome. Hello, Kinga. She just joined us. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Now, like I said before, we are here, guys, to help you throughout the whole process. And real estate is, well, purchasing a house, it's a little bit more, it's a whole process, but you are in good hands and you don't have to worry about anything. We will take care of you.
Absolutely.
At every single step, definitely. So then at the end of your purchase journey, you, dear buyer, can actually proudly call yourself a happy homeowner. And this is what actually makes our at least myself very happy, and that's the whole point, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do, is help you guys reach your goals of obtaining home ownership.
Exactly. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Steve, thank you for coming over and answering all those wonderful questions for us.
My pleasure.
And guys, see you next time. Bye.
Take care.